Right, hi lads and lasses, welcome to Darts Coaching with Dynamite Dave, and today we're going to do the second part of the breathing video. So this is to assist you in calming yourself down. This will hopefully help you with your thinking, with any performance anxieties. It'll help you right throughout your life. It works throughout your life. It's not only for darts. This is a fantastic thing, as I said in the last video, that was taught to me by Sensei Wilf Pace, and this is the actual breathing technique. So here's the theory behind it. When you're standing on the ground, and all the way round all of us, round every part of the earth, is something called energy. We know this is for a scientific fact, but that energy never disappears. All it does is it changes form. So basically, you put a light bulb on, the element inside it, these are the old light bulbs, heated up till it was white hot. That was what produced your light. So the electricity turned into heat, the heat turned into light, the heat disperses from the glass, and then it goes back into the atmosphere and then goes round and becomes another form of energy. It can be wind, which blows the trees and blows the turbines. It can turn into water, which obviously falls from the sky. Then we boil the water into steam. We use that to turn a propeller or a turbine in an electricity plant. That turbine turns it into electricity, and it all comes round the cycle again and goes back into your light bulb. So that's the theory about energy, is it never disappears, it only changes form. So if you're stood on whatever surface floor you stood on, if you imagine that there's a thick layer of energy, you can imagine it as water. This was how I was taught. Imagine that you stood in an inch of water, and you are basically a pump. He described it, and I'll describe it to you the same way. If you remember the old bicycle pumps, which was like a tube with a thing that you could pull out on it, and when you did, you put your finger over it and then it went like that, and it pulled air in, right? And if you put that into a tub of water, you could pull it out and squirt it at your mates. So it was like sucking water up and squirting it out. And this is the fundamental basics of the breathing technique. You're the pump, the water is on the floor. Stand like you would on the hockey, feet shoulder width apart, planted solid on the floor. Slight difference to teach you how to do the technique is stand with your legs slightly bent. Obviously, if you can't slightly bend your legs because you're getting on a bit, or you've got a medical condition with your legs, you'll have to keep them straight, and it'll just take you a little while longer to get the feeling of it. So what you want to be doing is you want to be gathering the water up and through your feet, through your legs, and fetching it up into your body. So you're fetching the energy up into your body, into your chest, and then what you're doing is, as you breathe in, so as you fill in your lungs with the energy from the floor. Obviously you're breathing, we know that, but what you're doing is your mind is drawing energy from the floor up into your lungs. So as you open out like that, I can feel it coming up through my legs and into my body. Then you breathe it out. So that energy then gathers up your anxiety as it comes up through your body, and you breathe your anxiety out through your mouth. So you're bringing the energy up into your body, and then you're bringing it out through your mouth. Use your hands at first to display that you're breathing it out. I'm hoping that this will affect a massive amount of the people out there, And if it does affect you, if you can manage to get it, or you're struggling with it and you need to answer some questions on it, that's perfectly fine. That's exactly what I'm here for. But if it's working for you and you're getting it, I'd like you to put some comments down. So obviously that shows other people that it is achievable and you can do it. It's not just something that just I can do. It all depends on what type of martial art that you've done. But the one that I did was more, it had a lot more thought behind it. It wasn't just about fighting. It was about a way of life, and it was about the way that you interact with other people, the way that you think, the way that you conduct your life, I suppose, is the way that you call it. But again, right, we'll go through it again. So on the floor, the energy is an inch of water. When you breathe in, you fetch the energy up out of the water. You fetch your water up, or your energy up, out into your body, through your lungs, so into your lungs. So you filled your body full of energy, and you're taking it out. You're pushing it out of your body. Now, once you've got that rhythm going, where you can breathe and you can feel yourself becoming calmer and calmer, then what you do is, and this is the technique for getting rid of your anxiety, this is you fetch the energy up through your body, first breath out. When you go to fetch the energy again, you breathe in, but you visualise in your mind that you're only sucking up a small amount of energy, but you're pushing the same amount out. So basically, I suppose it's like shoveling soil out of an hole, and you'll feel yourself descending, like as if you're going down, and this is called breathing down. And this, you've heard me use this phrase before, breathing yourself down. So this is the actual part of it that's the most important. This is the breathing yourself down. So what you're doing is you're breathing in, but you're breathing out twice as much of the energy as you're fetching in. And the 50% of the energy is from the atmosphere around you. The other 50% is your anxiety. 2 or 3 breaths. And this was one thing that I said when I was talking in one of the personal tutorials. I think it was Zachy Grayling, where I said go to the back of the hockey and do 3 breaths. Now this is what I'm telling you, is because if you have a high level of anxiety, it's going to take you 3 breaths to get it out of you. It also works in tandem that when you're practicing, if you're practicing on your own and you're trotting backwards and forwards to the hockey, you get a rhythm going. You go to the pub and you've got to wait for someone to throw the darts, your rhythm's gone. So it works in 2 ways. It's like what I call, and it's one of my famous sayings, everybody says it's a famous saying of mine, apart from Totally Hockey, of course, is it's a 2-edged sword. So what you're doing is you're getting 2 benefits. Instead of having a sword with 1 edge on it, but you can only chop 1 way, you can chop 2 ways. So you're getting the 2 edge. It's a 2-edged sword, so you get 2 benefits from it. You get the benefit of being able to breathe yourself down and giving yourself time to breathe yourself down. And also it's emulating when you're playing someone. Now when I play somebody, and I think I've explained this one before many times, I go and I stand right at the back of the hockey. I stand outside the exclusion zone, at the back, till the player who's throwing his darts has finished throwing them and got past the end of the hockey. Slows the game down, big deal. But there's one thing, he isn't in my eye line trying to put me off, because he stood next to me before I approached the hockey. And if you want to see a really good dart player, who I really love, I think he's fantastic, is Dave Chisnall. That's exactly what he does. You watch a Dave Chisnall video, and what he does is he stands at the back of the hockey till the dart player's retrieved his darts and he's well on his way walking back down the hockey. So then Dave walks up, there's no distractions for him, he's already breathed himself down. You can see it in his face that he's thinking that he's calming himself down to address the hockey, and it just gives you that extra amount of time. It's like I've said in another video, and it's all about the driving, the Institute of Advanced Motorists. Early vision, early decision. What it means is if you're stood back there, you've got plenty of time. Why is an early decision a good one when you're driving? Because you've got time to change it. You're not on top of that junction, you're not right in front of the lights, you're not right on top of that child that's coming off the pavement. You've seen it in front of you, you've had plenty of time to decide what you're going to do, And if you've decided what you've decided, you're going to do, if that's wrong, you've got time to change it. You've got time to react. And that's what this breathing gives you within your game of darts. It'll give you the time to change your mind of what you're doing. And that's why in the other videos I've said to you, if you're going for a finish, and just a couple of seconds, a split second before you throw the dart, you've realised you've made a mistake, stop, put the dart back in your hand, rub your head. You've seen me do that because that's my tick, is rubbing my head. I either rub my head or I do something, straighten my shirt, get back on the hockey and do it again. Early vision, early decision. Why is it a good one? Because you've got time to change it. And that's what all this, the breathing and everything does, is it's giving you a calm outlook and a great way of being able to control your anxiety, and also it'll make a massive difference to not only your game of darts but your life in general. So thanks for watching Darts Coaching with Dynamite Dave. You'll have to forgive me, I've got a bit of a tight chest at the moment. I think I've got one of these summer colds that's going round. That's why I've been doing a bit of coughing and that. You have to forgive me, but like I say, thanks for watching Darts Coaching with Dynamite Dave. Breathe it out and don't forget, toe to the hockey.